Okay. So after Carnot's engine, next engine is auto engine or auto cycle. Okay. The highlights of this auto engine are: first one, the Otto cycle first employed successfully by Nicholas Otto. He was a German engineer in developing auto engine. Okay. Second one, it is an internal combustion four-stroke engine. Okay. We know very well what is internal combustion engine, and now we came to know that the auto engine is the four-stroke engine. Okay. It uses, that is auto engine uses petrol vapor, that is petrol vapor as a fuel. Okay. The next point, the cylinder is provided with inlet valves for air and petrol vapor and exhaust valves. Next, the opening and closing of these valves are controlled by the motion of piston. Okay. So these are the main points of the auto engine. So after these main points, we have to understand working of auto engine. Okay. So as I told you earlier, in this second one, the auto engine has four strokes. Okay. So it is four-stroke engine. So in this diagram, you will be able to understand four-stroke cycle. Okay. So this is a four-stroke cycle. In that same piston and block, that is the same cylinder and piston mechanism is shown, but they are working in a proper way. Okay. So this first one, this is the first one, then the second one, then the third one, and the last one, that is the fourth one. Okay. So four cycles of operations are shown in this diagram. So in that first one, first stroke is the intake stroke. Okay. At the bottom of this diagram, you can read first one is the intake stroke. Here in intake stroke, air and fuel mixture is drawn or it is taken inside the chamber. Okay. So this part, whatever part is there, this part has essential elements. Okay. So for the first one is the intake valve, which is open during this process. Then air and fuel mixture get inserted inside the chamber over here. Okay. Then this is the combustion chamber or area, internal area of the cylinder. Then another part piston, then connecting rod at the center and crankshaft at the bottom. Okay. So this first process is the intake process where mixture of air and fuel is taken inside the chamber to burn. Okay. So after these parts, at the center you can observe the spark plug. Okay. And after spark plug we have another valve which is nothing but the exhaust valve, but which is closed unlike intake valve. In this first one, intake valve is open. Okay. So here according to diagram you can observe very well that the first one, that is the intake valve, is open in the first stroke. Okay. That is in the intake stroke. And the second one, that is the exhaust valve, is closed. Okay. Now after this process, second process is there. In the second process, compression occurs, compression of mixture of air and fuel. These are compressed. Okay. So in this process, all the parts are same like part 1, that is intake process. But here both the valves, that is the intake valve and exhaust valve, both valves are closed so that we can compress the air and petrol mixture. Okay. And the compression is done up to 1/5 of its original volume, that we shall discuss in the next slide. So after compression, we have fourth one, sorry, third one, third stroke, that is the power stroke, or it is also known as supply stroke. Okay. It is also known as supply stroke. So in this third process, explosion of the mixture of the fuel takes place. Here explosion forces, because of the explosion, piston downs, okay, according to this third process. In this process, both valves are closed and spark plug ignites the mixture of fuel over here, which is shown in this diagram. And due to ignition, basically ignition is due to sparking, and due to sparking, ignition of fuel is there inside the chamber, and due to ignition, the volume of the fuel increases or fuel expands. So due to expansion of the fuel, this brings the push to the piston, and due to this pushing, we can observe that the connecting rod is getting connected to the crankshaft, and due to that, there is a motion, that is circular motion of the crankshaft. Okay. And after that, in the fourth one, that is the last process of this auto engine, which is nothing but the exhaust process. Okay. So in this exhaust process, the intake valve or inlet valve is closed. Now, exhaust valve, which was closed in first, second, and third process, the exhaust valve is open to remove the exhaust gases. The exhaust gases are removed by the help of upward movement of the piston. Okay. So here, this arrow and this arrow, then this arrow, the direction of these arrows in the four process is important. Okay. So you have to remember the direction of this process arrows, and you will come to know how intake, then compression, then power, and the exhaust stroke of auto engine works. Okay. So this is basically the four-stroke cycle, or four-stroke engine. Okay. So after that, suppose the four-stroke auto engine is there. So you might be feeling that this is the complicated diagram. Okay. So to avoid the complexity in the diagram, we can have simple diagrams like this. Okay. So in this diagram, essential elements are drawn so that you will understand or you will remember these diagrams during examination. So this diagram consists of cylinder, piston, crankshaft, okay, as indicated in the figure 1, then inlet valve for air and petrol mixture, then again inlet for air, it is open, so valve open is written over here. Then at the center, oil injector valve, okay, that is spark, similar to spark plug, then exhaust valve, which is closed. Okay. So here is the direction of the arrow indicating the motion of the connecting rod and the crankshaft. Okay. Now in the second stroke, all valves, that is inlet valve and exhaust valve, both are closed. Now the in the first case, the direction of this shaft is like this. Now it is compressing the fuel mixture. Okay. It is compressing the fuel mixture in the second diagram. Now in the third diagram, again all valves are closed. At the center, you can observe the spark plug, which is over here. Okay, so this is spark plug. This valve, that is exhaust valve, and the inlet valve, both are closed. Now, due to burning of the fuel or ignition of the fuel, we can observe the increase in the volume of the fuel mixture. So, due to increase in volume, this again pushes the piston, and hence working of the or working stroke observed in third process. Now in the last process, that is in the fourth process, whatever unburned residue or whatever exhaust is there, that exhaust is taken out of the chamber, and in that case only exhaust valve is kept open. so that whatever useless gases are there or residues there, that is taken outside the chamber. So in this way, the first, second, third, and fourth, that is 4 cycles or 4 strokes of auto engine work. Okay. So we shall discuss one by one. So the first one is the charging stroke. Okay. So you have to remember this diagram now. In this first, this is first, then second, then third, and the fourth. Okay. So here I have written intake, then compression, then power, and the exhaust. So similarly, intake can be referred as a charging stroke. Okay. So in this stroke, that is in case of charging stroke, the inlet valves are open and a suitable mixture of air and gases, that is the gasoline, that is petrol, is sucked into the cylinder C by the forward motion of the piston P. Okay. So capital C and capital P means I had denoted C and P. Okay, so here is the C, that is cylinder, and this is the piston P. Okay, so in the next stroke, that is in the compression stroke, during this stroke, all valves are closed. All valves means intake valve and or inlet valve and exhaust valve. Okay, and the mixture, that is the fuel, that is mixture of air and gasoline or petrol, the mixture is compressed adiabatically, that is very fast, about 1/5 of its original volume. Okay, 1/5 of its original volume. Suppose at the beginning 100 cc was the original volume of air plus mixture, then it is compressed to 20 cc. Okay, 100 ml, suppose 100 ml volume of mixture is there in the first stroke, that is in the charging stroke, and in the second stroke, in the compression stroke, it is compressed to 20 ml. Okay, so this is 1/5 of its original volume by the backward motion of the piston, and due to compression, the temperature of the mixture is raised to 600 degrees Celsius. Okay, due to compression, the temperature of the mixture fuel is raised to 600 degrees Celsius, and at the end of stroke, the mixture is fired by spark plug. Okay, the combustion causes the large amount of heat, which raises the temperature of gas about 2000 degrees Celsius. So here in case of compression stroke, 3 things are important. That is the compression, adiabatic compression, about 1/5 of its original volume. Then due to compression, increase in temperature about 600 degrees Celsius, and due to firing or due to ignition, the temperature of gas raises to 2000 degrees Celsius, okay, with high pressure. After that, in third process, that is the power stroke or working stroke. Okay, so in this stroke, the piston is driven with great force due to high pressure of the gas, and the gas expands adiabatically to the original volume with corresponding fall or drop of temperature. Okay, so you might be remembering the temperature was 2000 degrees Celsius. Okay, so here the temperature drops, since this is the adiabatic, that is the fast process. And the last one, D, is the exhaust stroke. Okay, at the end of third stroke, the cylinder is filled with a mixture of gases, okay, which are useless for further work. Okay, now the exhaust valves are open and the piston moves backward to eject or to reject the mixture out of the cylinder. Okay, so after this stroke, again new cycle starts. New cycle starts means again first stroke, that is the charging stroke, then compression stroke, then power or working stroke, and the exhaust stroke. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, and again 1, 2, 3, 4. So it is the reversible cycle of operation as we have discussed in the Carnot's cycle. So the main point of all these four strokes are these four operations are described above are represented on the indicator diagram, okay, as shown in the following figure. So here is the PV diagram or indicator diagram. PV diagram means pressure volume diagram. Okay, so if you plot values of volume on x-axis and values of pressure on y-axis, we will get this diagram. Okay, so actually the diagram starts from A. Okay, so here is the A, that is at T1 temperature, then adiabatic compression, that is B, then C. Okay, that is third process at temperature T3, which is nothing but the power stroke, or it is adiabatic expansion, that is fast expansion. Then the system reaches to D and temperature T4. So again from T4 to T1, that is A, and again from A to exhaust stroke. And after that, rejection, that is E. So E to A, here, if we draw or extrapolate the point, we can have E to A, that is the charging stroke. So as I told you earlier, the cycle starts from E, then A, then B, C, D, and E. Okay. So here, E to A is the charging stroke, then A to B is the compression stroke, then B to C is the combustion stroke, then C to D is the working stroke, okay, and the last one, D to A, is the heat release. So here in the calculation of efficiency of this Otto cycle, we need this stroke, that is amount of heat added to the system and amount of heat rejected by the system, okay, to the surrounding. So this is the cycle of operation, that is Otto cycle. We need the cycle in the calculation of efficiency of the Otto cycle. Okay, so after this cycle, this is the actual photograph of this stroke. Okay, so that is engine. So in this case, this is the spark plug which is visible to you. This is the actual photograph of cylinder and piston assembly. So this is the shaft at the center. This is the outlet valve. Okay, so here is the outlet valve. Then at the center, this is piston. Then here at the back side of this engine, inlet valve, and this is the cylinder. Okay, so here is the crankshaft. So this rotates as per the stroke. Okay, so this is the actual photograph of the cylinder, piston, and that is the assembly of the engine. So after that, we have an animation how the actual working of the Otto engine takes place. So here, this is the crankshaft at the bottom. This is the crankshaft, and you will be observing that inlet valve. This is the inlet valve. Then outlet valve or exhaust valve, and at the center, spark plug. Okay, so all these four cycles are taking place inside the first cylinder. Okay, then this is the second cylinder, third cylinder, and the fourth cylinder. So suction, if we discuss about the first one, okay, so here is the suction, compression, supply, and the dark one is the exhaust. Okay, so four strokes are there, and whatever energy is released is there, that energy is transported to the system of the bike or car. Okay, so after that, for our better understanding, we have I have selected two videos that we shall see. Please be with us. So this video, whatever I am playing, this video has no audio. Okay, just observe this, and the second video has an audio.
SK. Let's start the video. The Otto engines are called four-stroke engines. The intake stroke and compression stroke require one rotation of the engine crankshaft. The power stroke and exhaust stroke require another rotation. For two rotations there is one work generating stroke. Engine construction. The main parts are A. The engine block. B. The cylinder. C. Cylinder head, usually holding inlet and exhaust valves. D. The piston. The connecting rod. F. The crankshaft. G. The crankshaft main and connecting rod bearing. And H. The fuel pump and fuel nozzle. Intake, also known as induction or suction. This stroke of the piston begins at top dead center and ends at bottom dead center dot. In this stroke the intake valve must be in the open position while the piston pulls an air-fuel mixture into the cylinder by producing vacuum pressure into the cylinder through its downward motion. The piston is moving down as air is being sucked in by the downward motion against the piston. Compression. This stroke begins at BDC, or just at the end of the suction stroke, and ends at TDC. In this stroke the piston compresses the air-fuel mixture in preparation for ignition during the power stroke. Below, both the intake and exhaust valves are closed during this stage. Power stroke, also known as combustion or ignition. This is the start of the second revolution of the four-stroke cycle. At this point, the crankshaft has completed a full 360-degree revolution. While the piston is at TDC, the end of the compression stroke, the compressed air-fuel mixture is ignited by a spark plug in the gasoline engine or by heat generated by high compression diesel engines, forcefully returning the piston to BDC. This stroke produces mechanical work from the engine to turn the crankshaft. Exhaust, also known as outlet. During the exhaust stroke, the piston, once again, returns from BDC to TDC while the exhaust valve is open. This action expels the spent air-fuel mixture through the exhaust valve. The idealized diagrams of a four-stroke Otto cycle, both diagrams. The intake, A, stroke is performed by an isobaric expansion, followed by an adiabatic compression, B, stroke. Through the combustion of fuel, heat is added in a constant volume, isochoric process, followed by an adiabatic expansion process power, C, stroke. The cycle is closed by the exhaust, D, stroke, characterized by isochoric cooling and isentropic compression processes. For a given compression ratio, the Otto cycle is more efficient. Thank you for
So, okay, we have seen both the videos. So after that, here is the next point, that is the efficiency of Otto cycle. Okay, that we shall discuss in the next lecture. So I shall show you the animation of this engine once again. So this is the animation. Okay, so with the help of this animation, you will understand how exactly the Otto engine works. So once again, I shall tell you the charging stroke, second one, compression stroke, then the third one, working stroke or supply stroke, and the fourth one is the exhaust stroke. Okay, so with this, we shall stop here. And now if you have